So I realized that I didn't really allow much time for people to respond, but I have already decided what to talk about for the rest of my temper tantrums section, and I should just go for it while my daughter is busy watching Frozen. So I actually have a list in my hands, front and back, of ideas of how to deal with temper tantrums. You can hear some singing going on in the background. That's my daughter. She's a huge Frozen fan, and so she's singing it because she loves it. I'm trying really hard to not get her into this video. So, okay. So number one about temper tantrums. I think that they are a big struggle for moms and dads, primarily because we get embarrassed so easily. At least myself, I get embarrassed easily. I've always kind of been that way, so it's not new as a parent, but it's definitely something that I deal with all the time now. And I've learned that I need to stop being embarrassed because I'm just trying to get my job done, which is being a parent. And a lot of times that includes ignoring what people are thinking directly around you, like in a grocery store or in a park or playground or just places like normal places that you have to go. It's different if you're at like a formal restaurant or something, or even just any restaurant. People are paying money to go to that restaurant, and I don't want to ruin somebody's experience at a restaurant if my kid is acting crazy. So that's a little bit different. But if it's a place that you just have to be, like to purchase your groceries or to just run a basic errand, or if it's a place that kids are supposed to be, like a playground or a park, I'm not going to be as apologetic for my kid having a temper tantrum at a place where she is allowed to be, and it's a place that was made for her to be. So that's one of the biggest issues. Anyways, on this list, I came up with some of my theories about temper tantrums, and a lot of that has to do with my approach to parenting in general. I don't really see a lot of positive things happening when you just punish a kid instead of trying to be gentle with them and to understand where they're coming from. So there's a lady named Janet Lansbury, and she wrote an article. I hear you, my Alma. She wrote an article that was about stop negotiating with your toddler. And it was really good because it talked about just basic things that you would learn in like a science class about child development. And basically, kids don't react well to punitive consequences where like you take away a toy or something. Instead of giving them a list of consequences, what they really need is they need help. So they need help figuring out their emotions. A lot of times in a temper tantrum, it's just an issue of their emotions are out of control and they don't know how to handle their emotions. And there's no sense and there's no thought behind it. It's just an outburst. So they don't have impulse control. So since they don't have impulse control, they're just letting everything out. Whereas if we're angry or upset, we have some impulse control and we hold things back before we like explode, usually. So anyways, we have to help them get through their emotions and in a positive way. So some ideas, basically there's just lists of things that you're supposed to try, and you run through these lists until you figure out a way to help your kid deal with their emotions. So a lot of times, one of my Facebook mom friends just made a really awesome short list. Her list was offer them food, a boob, bed, outside, or a bath. I think all of those were perfect. It's really short and quick. Are they hungry? Are they tired? Do they want to go outside and play? Or is it time to just give them a bath and get ready for the day to be over. A longer list that I got from a parenting magazine was 1, ignore them, because if you pay attention, it makes them do the behavior more. 2, give them space. Sometimes they just need a little bit of space, so just walk away from them. 3, create a diversion. So just give them a new toy or give them something else to play with. 4, discipline without spanking. In this situation, I'm not going to get into my theories about spanking, but because I'm not going to start a debate or anything. I am not for spanking. I don't have to tell you why, but that's just my opinion. But in this situation particularly, spanking doesn't help. Find out what's frustrating them. Maybe it's like their diaper or the way their clothes are or their shoes. Offer them lots of hugs. Give them food or rest. We're on number 6. Food or rest is a lot of the problem. 7, incentives. I don't know if that works for the age that I'm dealing with, because my daughter is only 21 months, so but that could work for older kids. Speak calmly. I think that's a really good one. A lot of times if you start to get flustered and angry, then it doesn't help them because it just all goes out of control. And then 9, laugh it off. So just try to laugh it off and move on. 10, relocate, go to a new location. I think that's what I could have done last week when we were at a restaurant and she was just losing it because I wouldn't let her walk through a door. I should have just taken her for a walk around like the parking lot, or there was a second floor part of the building, or I could have taken her to the restroom and like tried to nurse her, or taken her to the car and tried to nurse her. I should have just pulled out all the tricks that I had before I gave up, and I got flustered and was about to get angry too. So there's just things that we can do, and we should make a list in our heads and try to run through our list. Okay, well that's about it for this one, and I'm not going to do any more struggles of being a mom. I'm going to move on to the joys of being a mom in my next segment. Okay, bye.